First up, let's begin with a breaking update as far as these developments that are now concerned with the first phase of elections that is now over in Bihar. Let's in the meantime put out exactly when it comes to the opposition to the Pan-India S.I.R, the exercise carried out by the poll body, as the Supreme Court has now agreed on the 11th of November to hear the plea on part of the DMK, which had challenged the decision of the Election Commission to conduct a special intensive revision in the state ahead of the elections that would be taking place in Tamil Nadu next year. A bench comprising of Chief Justice B.R. Gavai, Justice K. Vinod Chandran, and was urged by a lawyer appearing for the DMK to accord an urgent hearing to the petition. And what has now been said that the Supreme Court has agreed and has given a date on the 11th of November to take up the matter for hearing. Now, as far as the S.I.R matter is concerned, that has already been taken up in the court right at the moment when the exercise was being held in Bihar ahead of the elections. However, the DMK had moved the Supreme Court against the S.I.R, calling it as a de facto NRC. Now, this is what the DMK was of the opinion, that it was a unilateral imposition of an unprecedented, resource-intensive and socially disrupted process on a state. Let's connect with Dharni on this. Dharni, these were the very objections that were raised by the DMK in particular, and raising the matter to the Supreme Court, which has agreed to hear the matter on the 11th of November.
Well, now we're given to understand that this matter will be heard on the 11th of November. So the DMK had filed a plea in the Supreme Court a few days back challenging the second phase of S.I.R. This plea seeks to quash the October 27 notification of the Election Commission of India. October 27 is when the Election Commission of India announced the second phase of S.I.R for 12 states and union territories, and the DMK's plea is challenging this entire second phase. The DMK says that S.I.R is unconstitutional. The plea is challenging the constitutional validity of S.I.R, and they argue that S.I.R will illegally and unjustifiably remove lakhs of citizens from the electoral roll. It will deprive lakhs of citizens from choosing their elected representatives, thereby disrupting the idea of free and fair elections in this country. And for this reason, this process should be withdrawn, is what the DMK says. In fact, many DMK leaders, including Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, MP Kanimodi, DMK MP N.R. Elango, all of them, they've been speaking against S.I.R for the past 1 week vigorously. In fact, the DMK has also announced a statewide protest against S.I.R. This protest is again going to happen on the 11th of November. So it is on the same day when the Supreme Court will be hearing the DMK's plea. The DMK and its alliance partners in Tamil Nadu, they will be undertaking a statewide
the
protest
petition that was submitted in the maiden challenge to the second phase of the S.I.R, as far as multiple states and union territories would be undergoing this very exercise. But in Tamil Nadu, Harish, good morning. This is essential because the elections are to be held in the state next year itself. And the DMK itself has raised an objection in the Supreme Court, which the court has agreed to hear the matter.
Yes, that's right. The DMK has moved the Supreme Court 2 days back, challenging the S.I.R implementation in Tamil Nadu, along with other 11 states which are going to polls very soon. Today, the matter was mentioned before the Chief Justice of India, seeking a very urgent hearing. Given the seriousness of the situation, and the Chief Justice has said that he'll ensure that the matter is listed on November 11th, that is coming Tuesday. And let me, for the benefit of our viewers, tell the main point in the DMK petition. It says that the petition has been filed challenging the S.I.R of the electoral roll and seeking that the order on 27 October is squashed, set aside, and saying that on being violative of Article 14, 19, 21, and the S.I.R order dated, in fact, if not set aside, can arbitrarily and without the due process disenfranchise lakhs of voters from electing the representatives, thereby disrupting free and fair elections and democracy in the country, which is part of the basic structure of the constitution. So this is what the DMK is essentially saying, that this S.I.R, like in Bihar, will disenfranchise lakhs of entitled voters from the electoral rolls, and this is being done to benefit a particular party, and the Supreme Court has to look into it. Remember, during
the date that has been set for the hearing on the matter to the appeal that was raised against the very exercise that has been announced by the poll body, as the DMK had raised the objection in the Supreme Court, and the matter would be now taken up on the 11th of November. Dharni, thank you very much for the moment. Harish continues to be with us. In the meantime, let's move on to